Hello, beautiful people. Can you hear me loud and clear? Apple Blossom, I thought today was a self-care day for you. Thank you for being here. If you can hear me, if you can hear me now, um, please let me know if you guys can hear me loud and clear. As usual, I am just hydrating myself. Perfect. Am I too low? Do I need to pump up the volume? Okay. Those of you who are already here, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Wednesday. If you are looking at your screen, you can hear the silly grin on my face as I look at this flyer. Born from Music Raid Volume 10. Let me turn this music down just to make sure I'm not shouting over anything. So, yeah, I'm going to dive right in. So, Born from Music Raid Volume 10. I'm calling it The Return, regardless of what any other DJ wants to call it out there. We are back. We are going to be back monthly. Volume 10 is going to be kicked off with Selecta Jinx, DJ Ibe, DJ Twist, DJ Pano Vibe, DJ Foodie, and DJ Smiles. Very excited for this lineup. It's a dope lineup. I think all of the DJs bring a definite uniqueness to their DJing streaming style, and definitely a moment to enjoy, a day to enjoy. So February the 21st, I still have not updated the command with the actual date, but if you're looking at the flyer, definitely make sure that you put it down in your calendar, in your diary, and let's get ready to party and have fun with all these amazing DJs. So let me turn this off. Hi, everyone. Hello, I'm your hostess, TaptheSoul. I am sounding like I'm recording a podcast right about now. Drea, thank you for the resub to the collective. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. So it is Wednesday. I am late. I apologize. I was sitting over there, or is it over there? Listening apparently to my own podcast and falling asleep. I was really, really cozy. I had no alarms set. And then I realized that I have somewhere to be. And that was here with all of you. So I apologize for being a few minutes late. I hope your week has been going well. We are in the middle of it. One of those glass half full, half empty type of moments. I'm looking forward to getting to the end of this week. It's been a tiring one. So let me show that I have some behavior and some manners. And let me take a scroll and see who is here. So Drea, once again, thank you for the resub to the collective. I appreciate you. T.E. Dennis, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Mams, hello, beautiful. How are you? So nice of you to be here. And Miss Self-Care Apple Blossom is, for some reason, trying to type and do what she's doing. Apple, if you need to vanish, please vanish. I will sort myself out. And if I can't, I'll figure it out along the way. So don't you worry whatsoever. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give T.E. Dennis a follow. Yesterday, if you missed it, it was her official debut stream on her actual channel. It was a dope vibe. And T.E. Dennis, I know I sent you a message right after. I have to say I apologize. I was actually driving. I don't know if you would have saw some of those comments. I was getting some lectures of people. So I was parked illegally. I was driving. I was trying to screen record a piece of your stream, which I did. I will post that later and tag you. It was an emotional stream for me, hearing you speak. And I know because I know some of your journey. You talked about your journey on the Drop the Raid the other day. And it's a beautiful moment to actually witness it, like from, sister to sister, friend to friend, to know what you've gone through in your journey and to get that ability to have multiple chances at life and to be able to turn on your stream and have all of us show up to support you. Absolutely a beautiful thing. So let me continue scrolling. I'm going to try to stay on time with the scrolling and the communication this time around. I'm going to try. We're going to see how we're going to do. You did mention that you're going to be streaming a couple of times. I know that affiliate path, it's I can't remember all the details, but you have to stream for a number of hours, have a number of followers. I'm sure you've met the follower mark already. If you know when you're going to be streaming next, please be sure to let me know. Just drop it in the chat so we can definitely share with you. I didn't turn off some of the commands. Apple, I apologize. I didn't look at commands. I actually didn't even set up the stream. So I went into StreamYards and went to click because I normally pre-record, like I pre-set up everything. So when I turn on, I just press go live and that's it. So I opened up StreamYard and I'm just like, I have nothing scheduled. Yeah, I had Sunday scheduled, but I had nothing scheduled. So I had to do this on the fly live. So I didn't get to do any type of usual stuff. I put the blurb in and put it for YouTube. It looks different than it does for us here on Twitch. Today is one of those days. Yeah, so I was trying to get some errands done to Dennis so I could be at home on the couch, my favorite place, and take in your stream. It was really important that I made an appearance. You show up here on a regular basis. I still remember the day you talked about being in the hospital when we were listening to Blood Clot Gal tell her story. That has stuck with me. And I remember sitting there thinking how much we take for granted the people that we see in a stream and then we don't see them. We just assume that they're lifing. And I know I've posted it on my Instagram a few months ago, just saying like check in on your friends, even your strong ones, because sometimes just because you don't see them, it doesn't mean that they're actually, they could be doing okay or not okay. They could be busy, could just be, as people say that saying, I hate their life is lifing, but it doesn't hurt to just check in and say, hey, how you doing? And I learned from your scenario that it's important to check in more. If somebody pops in your mind, just drop them a line. Like, what's the harm? You drop them a line, they know that you're thinking of them, and you just kind of go from there. So I need a nap. And I didn't get my nap. So I tried to make some notes today, just so I didn't, slip up and say wrong names and all that other kind of stuff. But we're wrapping up January today, and I thought it was fitting. I'm very happy that I made it as well. Actually, I wouldn't have missed it. And wait, are these not pinning right now? They are. Yay, there we go. Okay. So we're wrapping up January. We're going into February. And I wanted to kind of take today as a recap, and not a recap about every stream that I've done over the last couple of weeks. I think I will do that coming up. I know I have an anniversary, I think later in February, at some point in February, when I hit my affiliate status. That is coming up. I'm trying to think what I want to do about that. I don't fuss about those things very much, but I wouldn't mind doing something, even if it's just a recap of all of the different streams, all the different conversations I've had with people. But for today, we are at the middle of the week and we're at the end of the month. And February starts, and it was just the other day that we were talking about making plans and goals and intentions and resolutions for those of you who do it for 2024. And a month one is done. We're now going to be down to 11 months left if you're planning on a calendar year. I habitually say a new year starts every day. So if you decide to wake up tomorrow morning and start that thing or stop doing that thing, that's your marker for the next 365 days. So whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, whether it's the day after that, it doesn't always have to be calendar, but calendar is comfortable. Like it's easier, right? For me, I always say that my new year started on my birthday, which was November. If I'm tracking where I started in November to where I am right now, I am definitely off track for myself, right? It's my own timetable of what I wanted to have done. So I wanted to check in with all of you who are here. How did January look for you? If you had a plan in place, were you able to execute against the plan? Were you just planning like I was? Let me know in the comments if you get a chance what you thought of January to start the year, continue your year. And then we'll get into thoughts about February. And obviously, you guys know I have things coming up in February, like the raid that I just mentioned. So we'll go into all of that in a moment. So Apple is still typing. I'm trying to understand how you doing self-care and you still typing, but no judgment. And Apple, to your point, yeah, you knew exactly what I was doing. I was late because I had to find things and, bottoms and all that kind of stuff, just in case I stood up and walked away from the computer. That'd be a thing, right? So for you, January was long and festive. Festive is good, right? A lot of people could see that January was not. You get the credit card bills coming in and realize that you spent more than you should have buying, Billy and Becky and whoever else, all the toys that you spent and all of that kind of stuff. Here in Canada, we did not get, our weather wasn't bad. I think that's the best way to word it. We've had some pretty bad Januaries, and this January has felt like spring. It really makes me think that spring is around the corner, and I really hope it is around around the corner. I'm looking forward to spring. Spring is one of my favorite times of year. Fall as well has become a second close fave, but spring for me, when everything that is dead comes back to life, it's just beautiful to see everything come back into bloom. But January, I'll probably start looking at some of my notes because I know I want to make sure I don't miss some points of what I want to talk about today. Um, I spent most of January planning, and I'm at January 31st, and I think I'm refining. I'm not necessarily planning at this stage. The planning will always be there as you're doing things, whether it's doing stuff like this, a podcast or a stream or whatever, or it's just you're planning the life ahead, right? So, Shirley D, welcome in, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here. Today is Behind My Smile. Let me do this really quick. So today is Behind My Smile, and it's just one of those, are you ready for February type of conversations? Please feel free to jump in the dialogue or kick back and relax. We welcome you being here. I'm just talking about January for me. Do I feel like I accomplished everything that I was looking to accomplish? And I was just saying, I'm still planning. I still got the bullet journal, going here right about now. Made notes for tonight for a change, which I normally don't do. I really believe in a life unscripted type of way. But I feel a little agitated, to be honest with you, on the fact that I'm not as far ahead as I would like to be if I'm using November as my marker as my new year. But on the flip side of that, I feel really blessed that I have accomplished all that I've accomplished in a really short span of time. Like, who would have stopped and thought that I would have actually started the podcast that I've been talking about for over 8-9 months now? Doing these streams with you, having all these fun conversations, seeing T.E. Dennis go live. Like, there's all these little things to celebrate for the month of January. And it's just a blessing that we're all here to share that together, right? So I'm going to scroll up because I saw T. Dennis's comment. I almost said T. Dennis. No. T.E. Dennis. I'm not going to do the new thing. I'm sticking to the old way. So, took my time, not jumping into everything at once, enjoying the moments and not just doing because it's the beginning of the calendar year. Yeah. I found, for me, T. Dennis, I found that I was doing a lot of writing in my notebook, or, I'm playing on Canva, I'm talking to my daughter, I'm talking to the beautiful souls in my life that I trust and rely on for guidance, support, drag me off a cliff, shove me off of a cliff. And the more I'm interacting and doing these things, like 10 other things are coming into mind that I want to do. Another 5 other things come up from that. And then I want to spiral into here and spiral into there. And I really have to practice my own words of pacing myself because I can't do everything at once and do it well. And it's the same in the corporate job. I'm telling my team that reports to me, slow down. It's better to do it slow and right than quick and wrong, because chances are you're going to miss something and you're going to have to go back and fix it, which means you're wasting more time looking at something that you could have just done right the first time, right? So definitely not jumping into everything. Yeah, and I'm always refining and changing and doing, always, always, always. I had to breathe, took the car in New Year's on, okay. It failed inspection. Oh no. Drea, that's horrible. It's horrible. And I've heard about the eating of wires by rodents. Like, so I used to park, one of my previous jobs, I used to park always like underground, spoiled. And then there's a place that I used to work and it's really by a field, and you'd park outside and you would see the little rodents like in the winter climbing up the tires, and they just kind of chill. And I always worried that something was going to be eating out the wires, but to see that you actually witnessed it, that's really, really unfortunate. Now, the good thing is that you're on the other side of it. You were able to take care of it, because many folks probably would not have been able to. So I always try to find that blessing in the situation, as horrible as that one is. So you failed inspection. Yeah. But look at it. You started a new car. You started the new year, and your car is going to feel new-ish or newer as a result of you getting this work done. When I leave the dealership after getting my car repaired, like, there's the extra revving and more manhandling of the car, because I'm just like, listen, she just got pampered and spruced up and buffed up and whatever. Like, I should be able to manhandle her and she is good to go because she was just taken care of. When I'm getting close to that next maintenance treatment, I take time, I ease up a little bit just in case, I'm not paying attention to an extra creak or sound. But yeah, I'm glad that you're able to get that figured out. Yeah. Yeah, listen, after you pay the bill, you want to make sure you got your money's worth and the car is flowing the way it is supposed to flow. Like that's always been my thing, right? So yeah, I'm glad that that worked out for you. I think for me too, when I think of January, there's so many times that you hear people create the New Year's resolutions and then they fall off the wagon and they just can't be bothered, right? And that's why I get into this mentality that, yeah, okay, you may have made the plan and it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, you just start again the next day. If you fell off the wagon in the morning, try again in the evening, depending on what your plan is or what was on that to do list or goals or intentions or resolutions, whatever you want to call them, right? Um, January for me, when I look back, I will say that I've gone through a few dimensions of growth. On the corporate side of me, for my 9 to 5 job, if I should even call it that, um, I'm being more intentional, and that is a word that my daughter had said before the new year that I'm actually adopting into my flow of life. I'm definitely being more intentional. When I'm in a meeting, I am in a meeting. When I'm on the phone, I'm on the phone. When I'm talking to somebody, I'm talking to somebody. I'm not trying to be in a meeting and still replying to emails on the other screen and a Teams chat here and a this there. Now I feel backlogged, but at least I know I'm intentionally getting stuff done with proper focus. And that for me is growth because I'm used to doing multiple things all the time and doing it pretty well because you're in autopilot. But it's just better to focus on one thing and get it done as much as possible. And also taking back my time, just trying to figure out not how to feel overwhelmed, long hours, long days, long meetings, trying to make sure I can still balance out my personal life and my corporate life in the middle of the day and still be able to get things done on both sides. It's a balancing act, right? Sammy Joe, welcome in, beautiful soul. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking in. And thank you for sending love. Let me do this to everybody in the chat. I'm going to blame Sammy Joe for what I'm about to do. So here you go. From me to all of you, there's the hug. Um, it's nice when I see, and I know T.E. Dennis, you can relate to this, right? When you see the names come in the chat and you're talking to them as if, it's just you and them and you're socializing. I have to say, you were awesome yesterday. It didn't really seem like you were new at being the first time on your own channel. It's yeah, I think you're gonna enjoy the journey. Yeah. Thank you for the hug. Do. So on the corporate side, I clearly see that growth, and I'm getting into using like tools to help me be more organized, be more structured, being more engaged with my team, really making sure I support them all the time and not just some of the time. I call them rock stars if they're listening to this because I know one or two of them do now know that I stream, so they're probably going to watch this replay on YouTube. Everything I'm saying, I'm not saying anything that I haven't said to them repeatedly for the 2 years that I've been working with them. I call them all rock stars. I empower them to do what they're doing. That's how I learned what I do. And it allowed me to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes and put those learnings in my toolbox for the next time something like that would come up. I have something to fall back to. And it's something we do in the job, but it's something that we do in life, right? We go through whatever we go through. We hit a blunder of some kind. You learn from it, even if you have a couple of scrapes and bruises and scars. But then when it happens again, you know how to navigate accordingly. And that is something I'm also trying to be more intentional. I got to give one of my favorites. Sammy Joe, I appreciate you. Between T.E. Dennis having me snot nose crying, yep, that was happening yesterday. Your comment today. I was in DJ Twist's stream. He's one of the DJs that's going to be on the Born for Music raid, and and he threw out some kind words in regards to the book club that we have coming up that he's going to be also a part of. And I messaged Apple and had that moment where I just really had to just take stock of what has happened and what is happening as us a community. And it's a beautiful experience. And I feel sometimes I take it for granted. And when I say take it for granted, I don't mean like I really don't respect it. I don't realize how powerful we are all together until you have these kind of moments where you're sharing and you're talking. And it's not just on a Sunday or on a Wednesday. It's like you're having those conversations in the middle of the week and you're really connecting with people, and you're hearing like T.E. Dennis, say to myself and to Six and to Selected Jinx and to Stretch and to Smiles, how much the DJs have really gotten her through and the streamers have gotten her through. And that's something that you don't, I feel like I'm going to choke up right now. That's something that you just don't take lightly, right? Especially when you hear the story that she has shared. All of us have a story. The whole behind my smile is a result of all of this, right? We all have stuff going on behind our smiles, and having those moments where you hear somebody tell you that behind their smile they were going through hell and you got them through. Yeah, that's powerful, and that's definitely not something to take lightly. So listening to you is very calming for me. Ah, Sammy Joe. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who did I see pop in here? Oh, look at that. Bright Eye Sunflower. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. And if I'm not mistaken, you do stream, do you not? I think I have not caught you yet. If you do stream, can you let me know so we can give you a proper shout out? And I'm saying that because I'm tired and my brain is a little slow at the moment. So I apologize that I don't already know that information. But if you do, you do stream. Yeah. Apple, let me know if you can. If you can't, I will. Please let us give a shout out. Actually, I can do it. I can do it because Apple's supposed to be on like self-care day and she's just like disrespectfully not listening to her friend over here that's telling her to just enjoy her time off. So there we go. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to follow Bright Eye Sunflower. Please let me know the next time you're streaming so I can definitely try to catch your stream and participate within your community. I was just talking about wrapping up January, getting into February, and the appreciation of what we do here streaming and the people who appreciate being here and supporting us and vibing with us and rocking with us. Um, yeah, I'm choked up today. Yesterday was, yeah. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Woman, I work. Like, I'm in meetings, but I'm going to try to show up. So let me pin this. Those of you who are not already doing so, I just gave her a shout out. So Bright Eye Sunflower is streaming tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Those of you who are able to do so, please be sure to check in. I already know that I'm going to be in a meeting from 6:30 until 11. Yeah, 6:30 a.m. until 11 straight, back to back to back to back. Kids see, I didn't put your thing in the flyer yet, in my stream deck yet. Let me give you a shout out while I'm talking. But if you're able to, please be sure to check out Bright Eye Sunflower. I'm going to see if I can sneak and put you on my, thank you, Apple. I'm going to sneak if I can put you on my device and have you listening and take a listen in one ear while I'm in my meeting. And I just finished saying that I try to make sure when I'm in a meeting, I'm in a meeting. But if I'm in a meeting and I don't have to talk, or if I can get out of a meeting and take a break, I will definitely be sure to tune in. Oh, there's a 6-hour time difference. Wow, and welcome in from Netherlands. That's beautiful. Yeah, we are so international. We are worldwide. Um, all good. Yes, I did repost your flyer and I do have it. I have a number of folks' flyers and details and write-ups, and I really just wanted to kind of just end this month. And in February, a lot of folks have short-term memories. So I knew that if I put things in too soon anyways, folks are going to forget. So there is some other commands that Apple and I will be throwing up here in rotation, probably as of Sunday when I'm back. So Kids See, it will definitely be up. But he has an event coming up as well. If you're not doing so, please be sure to follow DJ Kids See. I know that he doesn't stream on Twitch as much, but if you're in the Toronto area, please be sure to give him a check out on Instagram as well. Your stream that day helped me talk about my story, which helped me make a decision to start my stream. So yes, I owe it all to you. No, don't do that. 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 I am not going to snot nose cry on stream today. It's been an emotional month. Like, just, I know we haven't done Behind My Smile. I don't know if I want to do it today, to be honest with you, because I'm not sure what words are going to come up, and I don't know if I want to deal with the words publicly that could potentially come up. Just transparency, right? Jam Fam, welcome in, welcome in. Metro Mix, hello, beautiful, welcome in. Dom MC, hello, my love, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you all for being here. We are just having a conversation, wrapping up January. We're going to talk about February. And also, I should say, if I can stay on until 8 p.m., I will be raiding over to DJ Soph Desage. She is a part of my Born for Music family. She's a fellow Sag sister, and she used to do streaming on Wednesday. Way back in the day when Twitch was, everybody's life. She hasn't done so in a while, but she will be turning back on her stream this Wednesday, today at 8 p.m. I don't know if I will be able to stay on until 8 p.m. If I can, if the conversation keeps going, I will continue talking and we will definitely raid over to her. If I'm not able to stay and I have to raid somewhere else, I'm just going to ask all of you to please turn your notifications on and please be sure to check her out and give her the support that you're giving all of us as we turn on our streams. I know turning on your stream or coming back to streaming is sometimes a little bit difficult for a lot of folks as well because you're trying to get back into the rhythm. I know I've missed a day and for me it feels brand new again because, you know, all of the things and the people and all of those things come up, right? You want to make sure everything goes okay. I just saw her comment and I'm like smiling and I'm just going to pin it. Thank you. Lovely to put a face to the name. Hopefully, I've been well behaved in every stream that you have seen me in, my love. But yes, it is nice to put a face and a voice to the typing that I've been doing everywhere throughout these Twitch streets. I've been here for over 3 years. I've been streaming for almost a year. And to think that there's such a beautiful community of people, some not so great as well, but for the majority, there's a beautiful community of people that really genuinely love and care about each other and show up, whether you're showing up for your regular streamers or you're showing up for your regular DJs, checking in on the friends that you have within each of the chats and each of the communities. A lot of what I see us do in Twitch, if we did that outside in real life, it really would be a different place when you think about it, right? Absolutely. And well, look who is here. Okay. That boy, Jur, and I know I probably said that wrong. When you have to just type it, it's so easy. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to click on the link that Cosmic Lav has dropped up there for us. Thank you very much, Cosmic Lav. And if you're not already doing so, please be sure to give Cosmic Lav a follow. Let me do that one because I know she's not going to shout herself out. Thank you. I actually didn't realize. I thought you were napping. Like, Apple's supposed to be on a self-care day. I thought that you were resting and napping, and you guys are here, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. So, that boy used to also stream. I don't know if you're still streaming, hun. Let me know the next time that you are streaming. I would love to be able to catch your stream. It's been a while. Love her style and her demeanor. I don't know. Were you talking to who, Metro Mix? Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking. Yeah. Snot nose crying is necessary sometimes. You know what, Shirley? I find I am willingly crying more. So I've always been a softie, and a lot of people, you know, they're gonna hear them be like, "Oh, really? If you really know me, like, and I'm not talking the version of Twitch or whatever the versions you may know throughout my lifetime. Those who intimately know me on a friend level, partner level, whatever you call it, you will definitely know that I'm probably one of the softest people out there. And the barrier I have to put out there is to protect myself from mean people out there because they really do exist. Experienced that recently. And I spent a lot of time bottling it up because you know that West Indian, let me give you something to cry for when you get ready to cry. And now that I've gotten older and I'm going through that growth journey, I'm starting to just shed and cry more. Just snot nose crying on stream, it's just not cute. Like, there's certain things that are cute. I just don't know if that's going to be a cute look that I want to share with you guys today. So I'm going to try not to cry. So that boy, Jer, Kids C, T.E. Dennis, Brown, hear me, Brown, Bright Eye Sunflower. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to give all of these lovely people a follow. They are streamers, and I absolutely want to make sure that we're supporting one another any way that we can. Cosmic Lav, I think you are streaming again tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. She is a variety streamer, so she does co-working streams. There's also a lot of gaming streams, a lot of games that I would love to play, but I know I'm going to get my butt kicked, so I'm not even going to try to play. But if you are a gamer or interested in gaming, please be sure to also check her out. I think I caught everybody. If I missed a name along the way, please just wave again. Sometimes I'm short and I miss things. So yeah, crying is healthy. It is. And I just find the simplest things, even just saying that is it. Like, I literally feel the softness. And I think when I talk about January, it's one of the words that I have in the back of my mind, and I've used it before and I've kind of parked it because I'm always putting the barrier up, but it's been to remind myself to soften and to be allowed to do so and feel comfortable in doing so without always having to walk with the barrier. When you try to live your life as authentically as possible, right? You can cry, just don't do the snot part. Right? Like, that ain't cute. That ain't cute. Like, I'm not even gonna do the pretend snot part because that could just be a total fail. Someone's gonna clip this or watch this later on the stream and be like, yeah, that just happened, Tap. I find January's been emotional. I think Sammy Joe, you typed that earlier, right? Like, I just feel like you're going through a whole bunch of things as you're trying to stabilize the new year, whether it's, you're making plans or not making plans. And, when I'm saying like I want to be more intentional in things that I'm doing, I find myself crying a lot more. I'm forcing myself to be open, to be vulnerable, to soften. And it's really to be softened around the people that I trust. And that is a really, really small number, and it shrinks almost daily nowadays. Um, you have to know the people that you can feel safe with, but you have to also be comfortable and safe with yourself, right? And that's something that we don't do a lot. We always seem to feel like we have to be in tough mode. I know that a lot of times we talk about being strong. I want to be strong to be weak. I want to know that I can be strong enough to be vulnerable, to be soft, to be weak, to be fragile, and know that I'm going to be taken care of, whether it's by myself or the people that I trust around me, to treat me as a fragile jewel and make sure that I am okay. And to treat myself that same way, right? I just saw a comment here I wanted to pin. Sammy Joe, I cry especially when anxiety sets in. Um, yeah, sometimes I stop breathing when anxiety sets in and I don't even realize it. Yeah, I go through, yeah, some weird stuff. Um, Crying is powerful. And men or women, and we all listening at the spa. Oh no. Really? To those of you that are with Apple Blossom right now, whether you're just listening or you can see me, hello, hi, welcome into I almost said Born for Music. Welcome into Behind My Smile on a Wednesday as we talk about wrapping up January and getting ready for February. I'm your hostess, Tap the Soul, and my right hand is there with you, taking a self-care day, but still here locked in. And I appreciate all of you who are tuning in and listening. Yeah, yeah. All of that right now. Apple? Mm-mm-mm. You know what, Sammy, that's just right. Crying does not mean that you're weak, but that's how we've been programmed, right? Men are not supposed to cry. Women aren't supposed to cry. And if you're for me, West Indian culture, like you weren't supposed to cry for anything, period. Even if you're getting a beating, you're not supposed to cry. And I just find that the more I'm going through this journey and the more I'm really being honest with myself on doing some of the dark shadow work of really looking back at things and ripping up layers of stuff and really revisiting things and re-grieving on some past trauma that I won't talk about right now. Um, or just realizing some of the things that I haven't been accountable for that I want to be accountable for. And I just saw the comment and I'm going to pin it. I am going to pin it. It releases pent up emotions and it creates, yeah, good endorphins. Absolutely. And that's the other piece to it, right? There's a lightness that I feel when I get to the other side of it. And I say it all the time. There is the only way out is through. I've mentioned this before. I've posted on my Instagram. I've told you guys if I have my wallet close by, because I don't know where I put my wallet, I would show you the ratty post-it note that I still have with that written on there. A pink post-it note that has it where I write it all the time. It used to be on a mirror where I used to live before to remind myself the only way out is through. Because sometimes when you're going through it, and it doesn't even have to be a bad it just feels heavy, or it just feels like it's just one more thing that you really just don't want to deal with. And the easiest thing is to get through it, so you can get to the other side of it. And then once you do get to the other side of it, like you said, Bright Eye, yeah, it's good. There's a lightness that I feel. I'm happier. I'm smiling more. I'm acting the fool a lot more. But there's some heavy parts and some dark parts. And that's why it's really, really important for you to have good people in your circle that you can trust and lean on when you need them, and can give you the shove when you need them as well, right? So January, I'm going to scroll up because I think there's a couple of comments I want to continue pinning, but I'm nods and smiles. Oh, wait, I saw something. Metro, what did you say? Is there such a thing as crying too much? For a long time, I thought yes. I used to think so. I used to be one of those people, there's people who are grieving, and it could be grieving the loss of a friend, the loss of a partner, in death or otherwise, the loss of a job, whatever the scenario is. And they're just always crying. And I think there's some medical stuff that needs to be checked out, right? So you make sure that medically that you're okay. And then I think there's an emotional, mental side of it that also needs to be revisited, just to make sure that you can cope. But do I think too much crying is a thing? No. I just think for me and how I've been built and raised, I never want somebody to think that I'm crying too much. And I shouldn't really care what people think, but yeah, let me hydrate before somebody tells me to do so. There's all these things, right? So I've already told you guys, you've heard me say it like a million times now. I just turned 50. A lot of times I still act like I'm 12, and hopefully Cosmic Lab is not going to chime in here, or Apple Blossom, or anybody else who knows me in real life. A part of me is still a child, and a part of me had my childhood taken away from me. Don't need to get into all of those details. So I'm at that point now where I really just want to embrace everything as much as I can as I am aging or getting wiser. At the same time, I want to have fun doing so. So the 12-year-old me, or maybe not the 12-year-old me, but the younger version of me is always out here acting the fool. And a lot of times you guys see that in the chats when I'm, farting around with the DJs and I'm batting up whoever I'm batting up and doing whatever I'm doing. Oh, geez, get the Kleenex ready. Listen, behave. Kids see, behave, right? But yeah, like we're in the, sometimes I say the bucket. Yeah, I think we get to that point where we really just want to have fun. You're dealing with the job, the bills, the partner, the cat, the dog, the budgie, the whatever, the health stuff, life stuff, whatever you're going through, you really just want to have fun. You want to feel lighter. You want to just enjoy life for the time that you have. And I'm using the age card right now, but none of us are guaranteed another day. We don't know, right? We're not guaranteed the next hour. So when you start looking at these things of how do I have more fun? How do I do more? I said it to you guys in the last stream. I want to go out more. Can I go out to every event? No. Do I want to go out to every event? No. But I definitely want to have more meaningful interactions and moments and all of that stuff that you go through, right? For me, looking at January, it is that softening, that crying, that shedding that starts to really happen because you want to get rid of a lot of stuff so you can introduce more. I want to get rid of all the bad stuff, the bad memories and moments, learn from them. I'm going to say heal from them so I can continue into the next level of the healing journey and just enjoy life, right? Tasha BG, my keep it or delete it sister, welcome in, welcome in. Made you smile, mission accomplished. Yeah, yeah. See, and this is it, the interaction with you folks in these streams. mm, mm, mm. I'm very sure that there's a lot of people who don't know who I am. They don't know I stream, and they will see the mess that gets typed between me and the DJs or me and other folks in the chat, and they're thinking, "Wow, this chick is wow." But if you come here and you interact, you'll see that yeah, I'm just a big kid at the end of the day, and I just want to have fun and just have some meaningful conversation, but still just have fun along the way, right? So January for me has been a learning lesson. And a part of what I also wanted to touch on in there is, and I think we've talked about it a few times, is when we get comfortable and we start to figure ourselves out. A lot of things that I have learned in all of the past conversations that we've been having is that I have not properly introduced some of the things that I've talked about. Accountability. I'm still learning to be accountable for things where I was right or wrong, need to do more of or less of. Access and boundaries. That VIP she needs to come back in another conversation. So I do know in a couple of weeks, I'm going to bring up 2.0 of access and boundaries because I think that is something that we need to have as a regular reminder. And I was recently reminded that when you give people access to you, they seem to feel that they can disrespect you or take advantage of you or neglect you or abandon you or whatever word you want to insert there. And I think it's really important that you keep those boundaries around you to make sure that you stay solid and you stay whole, regardless of other people's behaviors, comments, interactions, life situations. And that's something I don't do well. And I'm trying to get better on that. And then for me, reflections, right? I'm always in reflection mode, and I'm making sure that my reflection mode is not me sitting in the past. It's using that reflection to learn from, to do all of what I just said, right? Those reflections allow me to see where I have more work to do. And I'm doing all of this in front of you folks, right? Some of it you don't see, obviously, because you're not with me 24 hours a day. You wouldn't want to be with me 24 hours a day. But at the same time, I think it's important that I'm going to try and fail. I'm going to try and I'm going to succeed. But at the end of the day, I'm trying. And there's a lot of people out there, whether they're healed, trying to heal, or don't even realize that there's something that they need to address. And they're just going through life, spinning their toxic energies on other people. And I think it's important that we figure out what's that balance, right? And we all have moments. Like I just, I when I have my moments, the people I trust, I vent. And then I sit there after and I'm just like, ah, crap. Like I just put out all of the poop energy that I didn't want onto somebody else and they got their own stuff going. And again, it's finding that balance, right? So yeah, as I see, yeah, boundaries. I'm telling you, I don't know how many times I need to be slapped upside of my head to not stop and think that boundaries is something that is a daily conversation with myself. And I don't mean to sit there and be like, oh, I need to modify my boundaries with, Apple when I'm talking to her, whatever. Not that, right? It's just we get comfortable, right? And I like to know that I can be comfortable with the people in my life. I can be comfortable with what's going on around anything, right? And when we get comfortable, and I'm going to even say with my health. So I got so comfortable with my health that I actually made myself more unhealthy because I'm just like, it's an autopilot now. I don't need to do anything. I don't need to check anything. No, you do again. And that is the that is the access and boundaries of self on paying attention of what I need to do to protect myself from getting into the bad scenarios that I got into with some of my health habits, right? I talked about movement last week and I posted it, Cosmic Love with the Hydrate. Those of you that haven't, please be sure to check out the channel points. You don't have to use them all, but yeah, and she's going to remind, I'm drinking. So yeah, everything I'm doing, I'm trying, right? Like you guys are going to continuously see it and we're going to try things together. Some things will work, some things won't work. Some things will stick, some things won't stick. But then now, again, as I said before, it goes in your toolbox. The next time you go to do something, yeah, I tried that before and it didn't really work that way. So let me try it this way. But you're still trying. And that's what I want to make sure I keep at the forefront, that you have to just keep trying. Yeah, I'm gonna scroll up because I saw some comments here. Yeah, no matter how old you get, yeah. I have a tendency to use the age card. Like I made a career change. I made a career change when I hit 40 because I thought I was supposed to slow down from the fast-paced corporate job that I've always been in, and it wasn't fun. Slowing down, I pretty much went from like 1,000 to like 10, and I was like, yeah, that's not going to do it. So I had to admit that it cannot base my life on age. Age really is just a number. I needed to get back into the rhythm of what made me tick, and a fast-paced, crazy, chaotic, and work environment, I thrive in that. I don't know if that's probably some other evaluation that needs to happen, but I enjoy those experiences because it gives me an opportunity to challenge my brain, fix things, and work together to try to make things work, right? So that age card, I'm trying to get better on. But again, the boundaries on how much I give to my job is something that I need to work on. Boundaries is universal. A lot of people like to think that we're talking about boundaries and it has to be about a person. It's a thing. It's a way of life and what you do and what you don't do to protect yourself, to be in a lively state, to continue to live the life you want to live, right? I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. And if you don't put these tools in place, and I'm chuckling because I wrote it in my journal the other day and I didn't think I was going to say this out loud, and I'm saying it out loud here. But if I don't follow the tools that I'm putting in place for myself and for others as I talk to you guys, I keep hitting roadblocks and bumps and potholes. That's reminding me I have more work to do. And it's okay that I have more work to do. Just do the work, right? I've talked about discipline. I need to be more disciplined. So let me scroll some more. So the month of, so I'm going to say Rob, because I'm not going to try to say the rest of your name. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome to the collective. I'm happy that January happened the way January did. And I have some highs and lows in January. I'm very, very happy that it did because, again, as I said, it's reminding me to stay diligent. It's reminding me to put in place the discipline I need to. And, I said it last stream that I want to be more organized when I show up here for you guys. I don't want to be on a script. Like I wrote some stuff down. I don't even know if I've said 5 of the things that I want to say just yet, but I'm going to hopefully get through them all. I want to make sure that when I show up, I respect your time and your energy that you bring here and that I bring to you. And there's some value that you take away from every single one of these streams. It could be little, it could be big, it could be just a random joke within the chat, nothing to do with what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, I want to know that when you leave my stream, you know that you got something out of it, positive or negative, preferably positive. Yeah. And I Am Feel Soul is telling me the posture check. I hope you're not trying to say that her wig and my hair look the same. I'm just saying, like how we have I Am Feel Soul here. Let me adjust myself. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to give I Am Feel Soul a follow. Follow him on Instagram. I have not updated your stuff as yet. Everyone's stuff will get updated in the month of February. Um, very, very creative gentleman. I almost said young man, but then I'm just gonna age myself even more. You definitely want to be sure to check out his content. Check him out on Instagram. All of his other socials on YouTube, etc., are there that you can click the links and check him out. He is also on YouTube. Those of you who are already there on YouTube, like Sammy, please be sure to give him a follow and check him out and subscribe to his channel for his content. He's rolling out content on a regular basis. On his website, he is also rolling out merch. Yeah, I see what you got going on, I Am Feel Soul. Even if I hadn't had a chance to interact with you one-on-one recently, I want to say congratulations on the fact that you keep pushing forward. Again, the try, right? Everything may not be successful. Some of the things I've tried to do have bombed, but I want to know that you guys continuously seeing me try. And if that motivates you, T. Dennis, then I know that my work and what I'm doing here matters, right? So I'm going to scroll. I'm going to scroll. I'm going to scroll. Sammy Joe, I enjoy fast pace and chaos. Yeah, for what I do and how I deal with stuff. I'm starting to get to the point where too much chaos is a little excessive, but I really find the fact that it challenges my brain. I can't do the typical 9 to 5 plug in, plug out, 2:15 and 1 hour lunch type of thing. I'm not programmed that way. I need chaos. I need chaos that I can work with, maneuver, help solve. Don't even appreciate the thank you, and I go on to the next thing. Like, I don't even stop and look at the things that I've actually done and appreciate what I've done, because I'm already on to the next thing or trying to fix that next thing. And that's why I'm trying to be more intentional, to slow down and appreciate. When somebody says thank you for helping me negotiate that deal and it's done, actually appreciate that I negotiated the deal and get it done, not run to the next thing, right? So let me continue scrolling. It's got to be okay to take a break from the fast pace of the corporate job, though. You and your life matter too. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I've done that twice now, twice in my 20 plus year career. I took 2 vacations recently. The first one, I was sick. I didn't have a choice, although that wasn't the plan. But the second one over the Christmas holidays, it's the first time. I know Cosmic Lav is probably still enjoying the fact that I did that, although I also took over her couch, and she didn't evict me out of her place and send me back to mine. But it's the first time in a really long time that I can say that I actually unplugged from work. I didn't jump in for the random meeting. I didn't check an email. I literally turned off the laptop. I don't even know where the work phone is up to now. And I did not log in. I didn't look at anything until I went back to work on January the 9th. And that is the first time. It's monumental. Now I'm already looking at the calendar, like, so when is that next day off that I want to take? Our company gives us a day off as well, the entire company. But even with those, I think the next one for that is in March. I do know that once a month, I want to start taking a day, even if it's around a weekend, and unplug. That means I'm not getting up and still taking a meeting, because I am notorious for that. Like, really, really just unplug. Absolutely unplug. But yeah, so I Am Feel Soul. Anything else you want to drop on what you got going on? Please be sure to drop it in the channel. Absolutely, absolutely. I like what you're saying, Rob. Humans should not be programmed to work 9 to 5. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're designed to live in. Yeah, that's true. We are designed to live in chaos. I was just talking to somebody about that. Like, there's all these things that I want to do. I love streaming and doing what I'm doing. I'm doing the podcast. I love doing the podcast. If there is a way, and I say it all the time, so Apple's like, here we go. Here's what she's going to say. And I say it to Patty as well. If there is a way to make what I make right now or more, doing what I do here with all of you and all of the other things that's in my journal that I haven't gotten to yet, I would definitely make a change of career. And I don't want to wait 6 months to get the salary I'm getting right now. So it has to be making what I make now or more, speaking it into intention, doing what I do, because then that would also allow me to play in my own chaos, right? All of the things that I have in my mind, all of the business ideas that I want to unleash and do, it's hard to juggle it while you're still doing the corporate job and you're taking care of family and all these other things that you have going on, right? If I had the ability to only focus on my creative side of what I want to do and do so wholeheartedly, knowing that my bills are still going to get paid, I can take care of my family, take care of myself, not worry about things, I would definitely want to be able to do that. But I haven't been fortunate yet. So for now, I juggle all of it, and you guys still show up and appreciate me and love me, and I appreciate and love all of you, right? So I'm going to continue scrolling. While I'm scrolling, I'm going to pin Te Dennis's comment. Let's start thinking about February. Like February is a thing. Like yeah, it's a couple things actually. So I used to the hustle and bustle after the health dilemma. It made me realize and take notice of the smaller things, the journey. Yeah, stop and smell the roses. Yeah, so the team that reports to me, in case they do play this replay, they're going to hear me say what I say to them all the time. I send them eyes and tell them, do not reply to me after their business hours. So I deal with different time zones. And sometimes those time zones are 7 hours ahead of me. And I have some staff and coworkers and colleagues that I work with that are working in their time zone as well as my Eastern time zone. And I absolutely love them on a human level, but it frustrates the crap out of me because I worry about them on their human level in their interaction with their family. When they're online at 8, 9 o'clock at night, their time, it's taking them away from spending time with their kids, with their partners, or just taking that break, a glass of wine on the couch. And I love that commitment, but me, after working all these years for all of these decades, I don't endorse it and I don't encourage it. Like I've now stopped emailing past a certain time because I know that they will check the email and reply. I appreciate it, but I would appreciate more if they focused on their livelihood and log in when they log in while I'm still sleeping and then respond back, right? But it's just, again, and Rob, to your comment, we are really programmed that way. And it's unfortunate that we go through anxiety or panic because life is set up that way. We have mortgages or card notes that we got to pay for, kids in university or whatever, extracurricular stuff you want to do. All of that takes money. And that's usually is what forces us to stay in, sometimes in jobs we don't even like. Now, I'm glad I actually like my job, but I know other people who have said like they hate their job, but they're counting down their retirement. They've stayed there because they know that their retirement package is going to help them in the long run. And then I'm just like, so when you retire, then what, right? There's folks who retire and didn't have a plan. You're financially whole, but you don't have a plan on what are you going to do once you retire. Are you going to go golfing every day? Are you going to start that, the knitting club you want to start with your friends? Like what do you do when you retire? Do you just sit at home and know that your bills are paid? That's when you're supposed to continue living on a next level because you no longer have the corporate job stressing you out, right? So yeah, so February. February is around the corner. Have a good night, Sammy Joe. Have a good night. You do have to notice the little things. That's something we don't do enough of. February is around the corner. It starts in a couple of hours for some. And actually it already started for the UK folks, it's already February 1st. So those of you who have not been here before, you would have heard me talk about the book club. So as I said, there's a million and one things that I want to do, and one of those things I wanted to do was to start a book club, a reading club of some sort. And I've been talking about this for 7 months or so since I've been streaming. We were talking a couple of weeks ago, T.E. Dennis mentioned The Alchemist, and we all seem to have chimed in that we want to read it again or read it for the first time. So tomorrow starts the book club, and the book that we will be reading, as I just mentioned, if I can get my screens going properly, is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I've read this a few times. I believe I read it in high school as well. I have my copy. That's a picture of what you're seeing there. I know some folks who have purchased their copy, whether they're doing it online or not. I have a couple of names already written down who want to be a part of it. So let me switch gears and talk about that for a bit, and then we're gonna see how far this conversation is gonna get. We might get to 8, maybe not. So the book club, I've talked about it repeatedly. As I said, I got my book right here. For the month of February, let me hydrate. For the month of February, we're going to read this book. It's broken up into 2 parts, and then there's a closing section at the end. And what I didn't want to do, sometimes you're in a book club and they'll say, okay, read chapters, blah to blah. This isn't that kind of book, and I don't want to encourage anybody to change their reading habits. The fact that we are encouraged or comfortable or excited to read is a thing, because a lot of folks, they read what they can see on a tweet somewhere, and then that is it. So the fact that people want to pick up a book, electronic or otherwise, it's something I definitely want to support and I want to help encourage. So for the month of February, we're going to read this book. If you are a quick read, slow reader, in between, life is going to get in your way, it doesn't matter. This is not one of those, if you don't finish it by the end of February, you're getting kicked out of the club. This is not how we do things. I just want to encourage you to take the time to read. If you still need more time in March to continue reading the book, we're going to continue reading the book. I do already know, I think what I want to do is the next book after that, but I may change my mind as I'm reading this. Something else may come to mind. I want to know that we can have fun reading and talking about the book. So for the entire month of February, every time I stream, I will mention something about the book. I will try not to say anything that's a spoiler. Maybe it's just a prompt to remind you to pick up the book and read it, just in case you might have fallen off the wagon. But from February 1st to the end, I just learned that it's a leap year this year. I don't even pay attention to those things. We're going to read this book. And throughout the month of February, I will introduce a forum that I have created outside of Twitch, outside of YouTube, outside of Facebook. I tried the Facebook group thing. I'm not a Facebook person. A lot of you folks have said you're not Facebook people. So I've created a forum. It is up and running. I'm just trying to figure out, like, do I really know how to manage this thing? And then I will drop a command in the chat, probably in another 2 streams. I'll be comfortable to do so. I will share all the details and we will have a forum. And the forum is not just for this book club, but I thought it was a good leverage, a good foundational point to build on to actually get it running, get it up and going. Because we've been talking about having places that we can talk in between streams. And we're all over the place. Some folks don't use Instagram, you don't use Facebook, you don't use anything else. And sometimes you're here or you're not here. So the forum is there to sign up. It's free. There's no charging of anything. So people can get together, sign up, bond, and we can talk about stuff. So more information is coming on that soon. The fact that I even said all of this just now, whew, because now I'm nervous, but I've tested it, I've kicked around with it, but I do need to learn some more things. I just want to make sure that people can come to it, feel safe, have a conversation, bond. And as I said, it's the book club, but it's not just the book club. There's other topics that we can put there. People can introduce themselves and just bond and connect. I'm really about community. I say it all the time, community without barriers. I call you guys the collective. I really want to make sure that I'm creating a space that we continuously feel safe, even if it's not on a Sunday and a Wednesday when I turn on this channel. And it's the same for all of the Instagram pages that I have, right? I want to know that if people message me and reach out to me, it's safe. There's a no judgment zone that's happening there. But the forum would be dope if we can all just kind of come together and check in and chat and say whatever we got to say and be comfortable doing so, right? So yeah, I'm going to scroll because I know I've missed some stuff along the way. While I'm thinking about things, what do you have planned other than the book, obviously? What else do you have planned in February for yourselves? Have you already started planning February? Were you already planning it in January? Or will you wake up tomorrow morning or on the weekend and kind of plan what does the rest of the month look like? What's your planning cycle for February? And what do you feel comfortable with sharing? Add freedom from the known. Yes, by Judu Krishnamurti. See, I can say his name now. You know how many times I practiced saying that before I said that on your album? Yeah. I have to pin. Let me pin that. Let me do this. Okay, so I just screenshotted it on my phone so I have it. And if anybody else has book recommendations, that's the other thing too. I probably will put that in the forum, places where we can drop books. And it doesn't have to be a reading club, book club read, right? It could be books that you're just recommending and people can read it at their own leisure, at their own pace. I know I will have quite a few of those going on as well. Don't laugh at me. Don't laugh at me, damn it. And there will be some books that I'm sure that maybe some of the guys don't want to read, but some of the ladies want to read, or vice versa. So the fact is that we're reading. It's no different than the try thing, right? You can try and fail. You can try and succeed. At the end of the day, the key word is try. Same. You can read. You may not finish a book, but the fact is you picked up, you turned a couple pages, and you tried to do your thing, right? DH Lady, beautiful soul. Welcome in. Drea, I'm going to write your name down right now because I don't want to forget. If I knew where I put my pen. I don't know why Cher is in my head. She must have been in the news or something, and I don't even watch news for me to like, yeah. I don't know why Cher is in my head, but Cher can just leave. Why am I struggling to find? Please excuse me while I look at the mess on my desk. Drea, do I have you on Instagram or any of the other socials? If not, let me know how best to find you. And also, you know I'm here. You know when to find me, Sundays and Wednesdays, or even just in the Twitch streets. And I have nothing planned. How you meet? Yeah. DH lady and her thing. DH lady, are you going to be reading with us? Just want to know. Just want to know. Just want to know. Yeah, so a book club that is starting tomorrow for sure. I'm excited. I've read it a couple times, but you know, and we've said it in a few of the other streams, right? There's some books that you read and you do read it more than once and you learn something the next time and the next time you read it because you've also gone through life experience. I know somebody typed the word experience earlier too, right? As you go through your own life experiences, your intake of content becomes very different and hopefully more open to understanding, evolving, growing, etc. So I do look forward to reading this again with where my mindset is now in 2024 versus where it was the last time I read it. So those of you who may not have jotted it down, there's another book recommendation from I Am Feel Soul. I don't know. I think Cause, if you're still around, Alav, if you're still around, I probably want you to guinea pig the forum with me just to see if there's anything that I'm not thinking about. And then maybe on Sunday, I'll be comfortable to drop the link here so people can actually sign up to the forum. Or if I get comfortable beforehand, I will put it on my socials. So if you're not already doing so, please be sure to check me out. Same name on Instagram, YouTube, as I'm live right now, Twitch, as you're here right now. Turn on your notifications. TikTok, I'm going to start doing more TikTok stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to grow and evolve. The podcast, those of you who listen to podcasts, it looks a little different, but it's still the same thing. Rob, I'm going to make sure I put your comment back up. Let me start so I can find it. Those of you who are not already doing so and you listen to podcasts, please be sure to check out the podcast, The Soul Bites. It is a self-care snack from Tap, usually 10 minutes or less. And it really is just, I used to say weekly. It's more than weekly. I won't get to daily just yet, but I like to know that I can leave a snack for those of you who have checked in. I've gotten some pretty dope messages from folks who have checked into it. It's teaching me, it's helping me. It is raw. It's not glossy. So if you're looking for the fancy podcast, this is not the channel for you. You will hear, and you'll hear me say, you'll hear the sirens in the background. You'll hear me getting comfortable on the chair when I'm recording it. I don't use this mic that I'm talking into right now. I literally use my phone, and I've made a decision that that's what I'll be using going forward. And it really is to just stimulate thought. It's to nurture you, to inspire you, to motivate you. Pretty much like what I try to do here when I bond with all of you. Same concept, just in a podcast format with whatever thoughts, life unscripted, pops into Tap's brain that I want to share with each of you. And there is more coming on that, but not yet. I got to pace myself. T.E. Dennis, as we said, right? We can't do everything. We got to pace ourselves. So you've been reading A Visible Man by Edward Enninful recently. I feel like a pretty good read for anyone looking for something new to read. And I'm going to screenshot this as well so I can catch this. Yeah. And Rob, again, if you're on any of the socials with me, please let me know so we can keep in touch, and let me know if you wanted to read The Alchemist as well. And I'm making sure I kind of just put it out there. I don't want people to feel like they're obligated. So we'll talk about it when I turn on the stream, but we're not going to get into heavy details, and then other people are going to be sitting there thinking, okay, well, I don't have the book. I don't want to read it, right? So, but I'll make sure I mention it enough just to keep people motivated to keep reading. So yeah, that is the plan. You know, have the book. Listen, you know where chapters is, DH lady. Don't let me be that girl with you right about now. Your February plans. Yeah, there we go. Now that I officially have a stream, yes, you do. Planning, learning, experimenting. It is so much fun. A few medical follow-ups. Those will be positive. Dad's 80th. That's a blessing. Need to get out for fun days? Absolutely. Bob Marley movie. I've been watching that trailer a few times. I'm actually looking forward to watching it. I know there's been a few scrutinies about, you know, who they cast. I mean, guys, we're always going to have that, right? There's always going to be somebody that gets cast in a movie and you're not going to like it, but you cannot let that deter you from just going and taking in the experience. Maybe you will hate the experience, but at least you did it, right? Bob Marley's story, I'm really hoping that they tell it and they tell it right. I've watched a few different documentaries over the years. There's a few signature ones that are out there still on Netflix, I believe. Um, it's just nice to know that it's being done and it's going to be done right, hopefully, but I definitely look forward to it. Yeah, and reading The Alchemist, right? Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's why for February I was trying to figure out if I was going to do another in conversation. I want to do more of them, but I do not want to overdo it to a point of I have like no time to plan, read, create, breathe, reset, and still live all of the rest of the other areas of my life that I don't need to tell you guys about. Um, so for me, I wanted to know that I paced myself for February. So between doing the raid, which I know it's all of the DJs doing the hard work, but I'm still there involved. I know those of you who celebrate Valentine's Day, let me tell you all from now, you have your Wednesday to with your boo to do whatever it is that you need to do. I will not be turning on Valentine's Day. And part of that reason is, let me do that while I'm at it. I will be, sorry, let me take down this comment. So on the 15th, I will be on my youngsters channel. She is going to be interviewing me as a content creator. And it's funny when I see that's what I fall under. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm really excited for it actually because the more I do what I'm doing, the more I am honing in on what I do, how I want it to look, how I want it to represent. And those of you who have been watching me do things, you'll notice that there's been multiple color changes and shifts and changes, even with the things I've put up on the screen just now. As you continue moving through doing what you're doing, wow, like did her ears burning her, or was she already here when I put her, when I put her up there? Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give my youngster a follow. I don't even know if you were here before because I'm slow on the scroll, but hopefully I'm glad that you were here, and hopefully you just saw that let me do that again in case you didn't. And of course, you know, you're gonna see me popping out the side right there. I'm going to be on my Youngster 94's channel on February the 15th, and she's going to be interviewing me. I have no idea what she's going to ask me. There's no pre-questions that were received, and I don't want them. I am a life unscripted person, so we'll see what she decides to drop my way, and hopefully you guys will all jump in over there and check it out. And look at Rob with the channel points. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. So you'll put it on your list. Okay, perfect. DH lady. So the book club, February. And if we go into March, we go into March. We're like, whose timetable are we on? We're on our own, right? And we'll have other books that are going to be recommended. The forum that will be up. Listen, Rob, I'm not going to start chugging because then I'm going to have to put you guys on pause and, you know, run around the corner and powder my nose and come back. And try not to do that. So, the forum goes up. I'll make sure that there is a pinned spot there for people to do other book recommendations, and then we can go from there. Let me continue scrolling. You are not late. You are on time because as I started talking about you, you popped up in the chat. So that's perfect timing. That is awesome timing, actually. Did this chick that say my, yeah. Yeah, let me pin that for a second so people can see. Yeah. I have a few of them, DH lady. I'm trying to live a wild life like you know? Yeah. That's what we're going to go with. Let me take that comment back down before somebody come with some nonsense. Let me stop right there. Yeah, so World of Books. Yeah, and you know what? You can also check, DH lady, check BMV. I think it's called BMV. Cause if you're still here, type it, let me know if I got the name right. So there's a book. I'm trying to remember. I know there's one on Young Street. Yeah, there's one on Young Street, not far from, actually not too far from where we did dinner the other day. There's one off of Bloor. I don't know where there's other locations. So I actually used to go there with Patty, BMV, Cause, Lav, sorry. Uh, that's her main spot to get some of the books that you can't get anymore. What I hate about some of the newer bookstores is they will reprint a book and put a new cover on it. So you go and you're just like, oh wow, this looks great, and you come home and it's like, oh, I have the second edition and now the fourth edition and sometime the seventh edition, because it just the cover might grab me and I don't realize that I already have the book by the author. Yeah, I've done that a few times, and this is where I don't want Lav to say anything because I've gone store hopping looking for stuff just to realize that I already had the book. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It really was. It really was. T.E. Dennis, like you really have to, like we're all saying it and we're not just saying it because we're trying to be nice. We're saying it because it's genuinely heartfelt. You really did good. It was really a good experience to see you um have a light shine on you for you to turn on your stream and do what you're doing, right? So yeah, so DH, the place is called BMV. And you can get a lot of good finds there at a good price as well. Sometimes the pricing might be interesting, but I think for the most part, you won't necessarily pay Indigo pricing for some of the books. And I'm sure that you should be able to find a copy or two or few there. Hopefully, 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 hopefully. I'm gonna scroll. Oh, yeah, yeah, I have to. And look at her, she's here. So if you're gonna owe me something, man, because I'm trying to keep it so I can bring it over to you. So Lav, I will try to say Lav going forward. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to let me do this right now. Please be sure to support my Saji sister, DJ Soph the Sage. She's going to be streaming in 35 minutes. It'd be great if she wanted to turn on earlier. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, please, please. I'm trying to, I'm really trying to keep live so that I can raid her directly. And I love you in general. I love you too, sweetie. And we have a part 2 that we have not done yet. Let me switch gears for a bit. So, Kid C, thank you. Thank you so much, sweetie. Thank you for popping in. And I appreciate you because I know you pop in here and you're not usually on Twitch anymore. So I want to say thank you for being here. Enjoy the rest of the night and hopefully I'll see you soon. Those of you who are not already doing so, I already just put her pin up there. DJ Soph the Stage. She's been formerly on the, previously on the Born for Music raid. She's a part of the Born for Music raid family. She's a Saji like a few of the others of us out there. I've done it in conversation with her. It is on YouTube. We have been talking about doing a part 2 and we have not had a chance. Let me hydrate and beat you all to the punch. You can't wait for part 2. Schedules. I want to talk about the In Conversations for a bit, actually. That's how this started, right? Well, there's other ways on how this started. So part of the Behind My Smile has been inspired by a lot of the conversations I've had with other DJs, other streamers, Blood Clot Gal, who is not a streamer, but she's a fellow family member within our Twitch community. And I remember Soph's conversation. She felt comfortable enough to share things that she normally would not share publicly or even privately. And I think when you know that you end up with that responsibility of caring for somebody like I do for Soph, to we don't know each other. We met in Twitch. I did not know she existed. She did not know I existed. I'd reached out and said anybody who's interested in sitting down and having an in conversation with me. And I tapped her on the shoulder. I'm like, I really would love to sit down and talk with you. I've been in her streams when she streams. I love her energy. I love her vibe when she's in other communities. I didn't know what to expect. And that is for every in conversation. I don't know what's going to happen when we turn on the mic and we start talking. And to know that Soph was comfortable with me and with the community to share what she shared, I think that's a beautiful experience. And it's a heavy responsibility for me to hold on to. What we did realize at the tail end of it, and even after when we were in reflection mode, there's a lot of things that we didn't get to address and to talk about a little bit more because it is unscripted. So her and I are going to sit down and we're going to do a recorded version, not live. So you guys will not get the live version of it, but we will sit down and do a part 2 and it will be a recorded version, a little bit more intimate, a little bit more private, just her and I chatting. And so if I don't know, I might actually put it on my podcast just to keep it there and maybe on YouTube. I don't think I'll be streaming it on Twitch live, obviously, because we're going to record it. So at some point when we can get our calendars together, Soph the Sage and I will be sitting down to do a part 2 in a private, intimate setting. There's a lot of the conversations I've already had with people, and I want a part 2 with pretty much everybody I've sat down with for the most part. There might be one or two I don't need to, because I feel like because I've taken a conversation approach, I don't show up with 20 questions when I sit down to talk with people. It really is, are you comfortable to talk? Let's just sit down and let's vibe. And we just talk. And almost every person I've sat down with, when we do the post chat, everybody has said that. I don't even think I realized that I was going to say this or mention that, but I really enjoyed it. It felt like it was a really just cool. We're just sitting down chatting. And that's why I always say we're just sitting on the couch and having a conversation. If I can do it in person where I actually had people, I don't know about sitting on my couch, but sitting on a couch in person and doing it like you see other people do it, I would definitely entertain it. But I want to make sure that you guys get the same experience, even if it's virtual. So there will be other folks I've already had a conversation with that I will do a part two and probably do it in a recorded session. And I think for me, those more intimate settings like that, I will most likely post them on my podcast, short sessions, but really specific content, and then also on YouTube. So if you're not already following me on those places, yeah. So let me know when you turn on, because I will not see the notification on my phone, and we will, I think I'm going to try to hold out and make my way there. And I'm hoping those of you who are here with me, if you can keep me company so we can go and show Soph some love when she turns on at 8 o'clock or just before, that would be absolutely awesome. I stress it all the time, you guys. I'm not mincing words. I am really about community without barriers. And if there's ways that I can help and support people who genuinely deserve it, I will be there for you without, I won't even skip a beat. And I say without deserving it because I am definitely putting some access and boundaries around other people in my life right about now, but I will definitely support you wherever I can. And so if you're one of those where you're in my bubble. So let me continue scrolling, and there's some eyes. I don't know if the shout out already happened because I didn't see your lovely face pop up on the screen. So let me do this. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give Snaky the Legend a follow. Another lovely, beautiful soul who has already been a part of the Born for Music raid in the past. He and I have had a conversation. At some point, we're going to sit down and have a conversation with all of you, or record it or something. He's always traveling the world. He's, touring with Morgan Heritage, and he's doing fashion shows and all that. He doesn't have time to sit down and have a conversation with little old me over here. So, just kidding. We one day will figure it out, but those are those conversations I want to bring back. Now that I've done a whole bunch of them, I've taken a break. They come back in March. We did one in January with the Toronto legend, Jay Wise, which is on YouTube if you guys want to check that out. I think for February, I'm not going to do an in conversation since I'm doing an interview with Maya Youngster on her channel. And then in March, I will start rolling out, even if it's 2 a month in between all of the other things that we're trying to do, right? So let me scroll. Let me scroll. Let me scroll. Let me scroll. And if I'm slow, I apologize. Lav, please enjoy the lurk. Italian gal, another beautiful soul. There's some of you that I have... Italian gal, I don't know. I have to book the flight. I need to come to Calgary. We need to meet in person because I feel like you and I have known each other forever, right? Italian gal, I'm sending you love. Please kiss Shadow for me. I would like to hug Shadow and have her cuddle up with me. I hope you're keeping well. I hope your family's keeping well. I have no idea what the weather's like in Calgary. If it's bad, keep it. If you have a Chinook right now, please send it our way so I can get some warm temperatures. That's where I am right about now. But I hope you're doing okay. Thank you for creating space. I'm going to pin that. Yeah, I'm pinning that while I scroll and try to catch up on stuff. Yeah. You love, okay. Yeah. Thank you for the love about the podcast. I was saying earlier, so before you got here, I was on the chair with my notebook trying to think of some things I actually wanted to make sure I said today. And I'm going to start looking at this list soon just to make sure I didn't miss anything. I surprised myself. Yeah, do not cry right now. I surprised myself listening back to my own podcast. I literally do like a 1, maybe 2, and I'm done. I record it from my phone. I find music in Spotify that's allowed to be played in the background, and I upload. I put some words out and I upload. There's no 5 takes. I don't back and edit. You're going to hear the so's, the ums, and the background noise. So when I hear the compliments, I appreciate the compliments. Like from the soul, I appreciate the compliments. But to sit and listen to 3 different of my own snacks while I'm getting ready for this stream, it was surprisingly soothing. I don't think I expected that. So I hear it, but I don't think I was expecting to have that same reaction. Yeah, it was soothing. Yeah, I have to listen to myself more apparently because there's some knowledge and wisdom around the way. Oh wow. And then now I get worried when I see other names pop in here because it's only trouble. Only trouble. While I pin this comment, if you're not already doing so, please be sure to give the following DJ a follow. Do 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 do. As you see, the shout out. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to follow DJ Scarpin, another DJ who has graced the Born for Music raid, and really just delivered a vibe. I was absolutely talking about you, and now I want to scroll to get to your comment just so I can. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so if you have nothing to be nervous about, and that's why I'm making sure that I'm really trying to, I'm staying here till 8. If it's just me left on this stream and it's just a one person raid that comes over to you, I am coming to raid you at 8 o'clock. I am that kind of committed because that's the kind of love and support that we give each other around here. Anybody who has not already heard me say it, absolutely, if you can stay on this channel with me until 8 o'clock, I am going to be reading DJ Soph the Sage, who will be turning on and doing a talk show of which she has not done in 2 years, as you guys are seeing on the screen. So, DJ Scarpion, official Johnny Boy, hello, beautiful soul. It's so nice of you. Yeah. Snakey the Legend he's been doing things for a while. I was gonna say like decades, but then he's like, he's got a legacy of history about him that I don't really know about, but I would love to have the conversation with him so we can all learn about it. But if you don't already do so, please be sure to check him out on Instagram, and you will see some of what he has going on when he does share it with the community. But yeah, he's been traveling around the world, which is why like I can never have time with him. Yeah, that. Um, Most of the snow is melted. It's like spring here as well. Yes, 2 tickets to Calgary. Yeah, Apple, I'm down. I'm down. So DJ Scarpion, I hope that you had a good stream. The other day we were trying, I think I mentioned this to you already in a chat. We were trying to raid you, but we missed the door. You closed the door on us. Apparently some of us did make it to your stream. I don't know what's going on with Twitch lately. I thought I was one of those special people that was not going to have any Twitch problems because I am such a small stream in a little corner of the world doing what I do. Apparently Twitch is just like, I'm sorry, I don't discriminate, and you're going to have problems too. So the last 2 Sundays I've had my stream break or do something. I'm not sure why, but Twitch needs to sort it out and figure it out quick and fast. Anytime the stream freezes, don't know. I literally have a wire running across my living room to hardwire my PC to my Wi-Fi for a stable connection. So it seems to be a Twitch thing. I don't know. But if my stream ever breaks or whatever, please be sure to just sit tight or find somewhere else and go and hang out. And if I pop back up, I do. And if I don't, hopefully you enjoyed the time that I was here. So yeah, we missed Scarpion. We missed you the other day. Hopefully we will catch you another day. Open arms. Oh, look at that. You giving me a hug. Little Rock, little Rock, you're not sleep, brethren. Like you show up here and like I'm hungry and I know that you're not going to send me no food from the UK right about now. Like, I don't know how these things are supposed to happen. If you're not already doing so, please be sure to give Little Rock Movements a follow. I've had the pleasure of meeting, interacting, bonding, and eating from his cuisine the times that I have gone to the UK. Twitch is a beautiful thing. If it wasn't for Twitch, I would never have made a trip twice to the UK and met some awesome people, built some pretty dope friendships along the way. And Little Rock Movements are one of those folks where, yeah, like it was interesting to like go and just be able to chit chat and labrish and just think like I met this person on the internet. Like 10 years ago, you didn't do that. You didn't just jump on a plane and go meet a bunch of people. So Little Rock, I hope you're doing okay. I hope your family's keeping well. And I know that Scarpion typed like a paragraph somewhere, so I'm gonna have to scroll and find it. Let me continue scrolling. It looked like it did go through. Yeah, it did. It did. So Lav, my daughter, actually ended up in your channel, but the rest of the folks some folks are still here. We then tried to raid Unique Illusions. It wasn't going through. Then it was going through. Like, I don't know, Twitch is just unnecessarily frustrating. And I'm pretty sure Lav just cussed about something as well. Lav, hopefully you're not having unfortunate scenarios happen right about now. Brittany, yeah, I had to pin that. Yeah, we got to have some Brittany love. So, Soph, I'm looking for Brittany. And if you've not already seen her do her thing, be sure to give her a follow so you can see the next time she's streaming. On my Born from Music raid page, she was a part of the ladies edition I did last year, May. which I am planning to do again, just putting it out there from now. Probably a somewhat different lineup if I'm thinking about it, because I always want to keep things fresh and mix it up a bit. But we did get some Britney on that raid, and I did do a clip of it and posted it, and I'm pretty sure I'll have another post that's going to be coming up. It's in the name Legend. Yeah, everyone's got a legacy of some kind, and I really want to be able to showcase it more when I do these in conversations. Scarpian, I don't know, I'm not even gonna ask you because I don't even think you're gonna say yes when I say I want to sit down and have a conversation. I'm just saying, yeah, all of that just happened just now. Charlene, hello, sweetie. Welcome in. And you are from YouTube. I keep forgetting to send you YouTube people love. I apologize. Those of you who are live right now on YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for jumping into the conversation. If you're watching the replay, because the replay actually sits for life on YouTube, thank you for watching the replay. It is nice of you to be here. We're trying to carry this conversation until 8 o'clock, and then we're going to raid a beautiful soul and support who's going to also be doing a talk show. Okay, so I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. Let me see that. Yeah, that's what people say when they don't have a conversation. Scarpian, I would actually welcome sitting down and having a conversation with you. I think, like, really and truly, there's a number of folks, like, I have a list of people that I plan to sit down and have a conversation with. And some of it's timing, because some of the DJs I want to sit down and have a conversation with actually stream on a Wednesday. And I don't want to disrespect their schedule to ask them to come and sit and chat with us. But yeah, of course I got a list, yo. Yeah. Got a list of people I want to hit up. In the beginning, it was really easy because it was just, I was reaching out to like the regular circle that I deal with. And there was a sequence of events that were organically happening. But as I started to do them, and I started to realize that we weren't really just talking about DJ, we weren't talking about just music, we were talking about life. Things started to take a turn for me mentally on how do I really want to represent the community when I sit down and do these. And that's why I started to get more intentional on when I sit down to have an in conversation. It may be unscripted, but I still want to make sure that the content is something that we can all take away from. And now that I talk about Behind My Smile a lot of the things that we've been talking about is because, like, Behind My Smile became a thing because of these in conversations. There's always something that we can learn from other people, other people's journeys, other people's stories. T.E. Dennis, prime example. And I'm sorry I keep putting you out there like, you know, like a guinea pig, but, you know, it's all with love. You know, when she did her story on Six Bosses Raid the other day, that's powerful, right? And I know Blood Clot Gal was on there as well. There's other folks that were on there, and I missed a lot of what happened along the way. But we sat down with Blood Clot Gal. You guys already know that you were here. A lot of what turned and pivoted what I'm doing is based on really seeing how comfortable people have been to sit down and have the conversations that we're having. These are big people conversations that we're having here. And it's not about a debate and getting scrappy and clickbait. It's real life stuff that we are all going through. And when you hear other people's journey on how they navigated through life to get to what they're doing today or what they're trying to do tomorrow, it really does motivate other people to feel comfortable to press that button and to write that thing and to go to that place and to change what they're doing or whatever it is, right? And that's the, that's the thing. So Scarpia, it should be a dynamic convo. You know, right now I'm chuckling to myself because I'm just thinking, yeah, I might have to put some rules in place when you and I sit down and have our conversation, my friend, because yeah. Scarpian is yeah. I'm just gonna leave that there. So at some point when he says yes, I was referring to you in particular. I don't know why you're trying to like neutralize the situation right now. Like this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is what happens when Scarpia and I get into a dialogue. All of a sudden there's some backpedaling that's happening. Like, what are you saying? You're not game to sit down and have a conversation, but like the two of us can't have a dialogue and entertain the people with some, like, really? No? Like, you don't want to be community oriented that way? Anybody new in the chat right now is just like, wow, she's a bully. Yeah, no, I'm not. Again, I have very unique relationships with the people throughout the community. And I have to say, there's no two relationships that are the same, right? Like the dialogue that I'm having with Scarpian, it probably would not be the same dialogue that I would have with Little Rocks because, you know, well, Little Rock, Little Rock feeds me. So I want to make sure that I keep on my best behavior. So anytime I go back to the UK, I'm going to get a plate of food and I know so I'm going to be all right. So I have to make sure that I give him the nice bullying. But Scorpion never offered for feed me nothing yet. So, I'm going to really have to be nice to him right about now. So, there's that. So yes, yeah. I said what I said. Yeah, see? Johnny boy, exactly. Yeah, yeah. I'm a nice bully. That's what I think. Unless you don't deserve it, then that's different. But yeah, yeah. Anyways, Scarpin, I don't want to put you on the spot, but really and truly, I would love to sit down with more of the DJs that I have friendships with, that I bond with, that I support. There's a lot of DJs on here that I sit in their channels and they don't even know because I'm sitting in my ghost account. That's a big oxymoron. Yeah, 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 yeah. Coming soon in March, In Conversation with TaptheSoul comes back. And I am going to try to do maybe 2 a month. March is also a heavy month. And I know that he's not here right now. But let me put up this flyer for those of you who are, and let me hide this comment because we don't want to have the bully comment there. So those of you who are not already doing so, he's not in the chat, but you guys all know who he is. Diamond Stone Love, Diamond Mood Swing. He has 2 channels here on Twitch because he big. He will be doing his birthday event in Pickering, Ontario. I paused just now. I'm just like, if I said the wrong city, now I'm going to get in trouble for that next. So yes, Diamond Stone Love's birthday will be at Diamond Lounge in Pickering, Ontario. I was there a couple of years ago. I think Scarpa and you were there for the Caravana jam that happened in Scratch, and everybody in J Online, everybody was there. So a lot of us already know this venue that are local. If you can fly in, I'm telling you, it's worth it. Fly in. I'm not sure, I don't know. March the 23rd. Definitely make sure you're there. I was there for the one last year in March and it was an absolute good time. If you're able to drop in, the snow is not that bad in March. Just show up to have fun. It's a Twitch link up, a people link up, and it's not, you don't feel segregated. You really don't. What? Oh, yeah. Oh, for real. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. I definitely have to say that in that room at that jam that day, let me take this back off the flyer. You didn't notice that there was Twitch people and then his people that are not in Twitch. Like it really was a community vibe and energy in the entire room. And everybody was meeting people for the first time and second time. There's people that I didn't even know were there and whatever. So if you're able to, March 23rd, in a couple months, Diamond Lounge for Diamond Stone Love's birthday. Another one, I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with him as well. Yeah. That's where you met Stretch for the first time. Yeah. Stretch, yeah. I believe Stretch said that he's coming here as well. She's going to start in 5 minutes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I believe I've heard Stretch say repeatedly that he's planning to be here for it as well. So if those of you who have not met him, there you go. DJ Smiles is on the cast. DJ Foodie's on the cast. I'm forgetting the other names, but I will... Sunday, I believe I will put the rest of the details. I already have all the details. I just don't feel like reading off of a phone right about now. I leave that to other people who want to do that and be all smart and slick with it. I'm going to be adjusting glasses and it's just not cute. So if you are able to do so, please be sure to check out Diamond Stone Love, Diamond Mood Swing if you're looking for tickets and all of that other stuff. And then by Sunday, I should have it up on the screen. And since I'm doing this, let me just do this all right now. If you are in the Florida area, let me take this down. Did I see DJ Smooth pop in here? I'm so sorry, hun. I'm in my own little world over here. Those of you who are not already doing so, please be sure to give DJ Smooth a follow. DJ Smooth 1234 because 4, 5, and 6 was taken, I'm assuming. Another DJ that I really enjoy popping in his stream. He has a nice vibe about him. Anything else I was going to say, I'm not going to say right now. But if you are able to do so, please click and follow DJ Smooth. Another one that you will definitely enjoy his vibe, his energy. He plays a varying sorts of music. So on the screen, if you are in the Florida area or want to take a vacation, please be sure to check out Reggae on the Rooftop. A lot of our very own within the community is going to be at this event. It is on April the 18th. It's a Thursday. I believe I saw somebody else post something that is happening. I think DJ Mighty Mike posted something another day over that weekend. So those of you who want to go and get some sun and sand and enjoy life, please be sure to check that out as well. So if there's any other flyers right now, I do not remember because I do not have them handy. But there's a lot of things coming. So I know in February, it is Black History Month, and I kind of didn't want to touch on that. So Black History Month is a thing. I learned today or yesterday in a corporate conversation that it is celebrated twice. I don't think I paid attention to that. So in the UK, Black History Month is in October. For us here in North America, those are here in North America, we celebrate that for the entire month of February. I won't be doing big Black History Month type of streams. I may dabble in it here or there. It's personal choice. I just feel that with everybody that has something going on, I don't know if there's something I need to contribute that is going to be any different than what the other folks are going to be doing out there. So if you are not already doing so, please make sure that you have your notifications on, check in with your fellow streamers, check in with your fellow DJs. Those that are going to be doing things, check their Instagram pages. That will keep you in the know of all the things that they're going to have going on for the month of February in honor of Black History Month. I know there's a couple of raids that's coming up. Sure enough, like, let me plug my own, although it's not Black History Month. It is the Return of the Born from Music raid. It is volume 10. You'll have Jinx, Ibe, Twist, and let me hydrate. Pano Vibe, DJ Foodie, and DJ Smiles. And that will be on February the 21st. So we talked about January. We talked about February. I'm sure. Yeah, right? Like, and I took a break. So technically I've missed... What's with the throat today? Really? Yeah. I know, Lab. I'm working on it. So Johnny Boy, I actually missed 2. Yeah, I still can't shake this thing from November. There's some days I'm really good. I'm just going to say I talk too much. You know, I'm spending all this time in work meetings and then I'm here to bond with all of you. So when I'm done this, I'm definitely going to stop talking for the night because I have annual compliance training that I still have to do. That's due at midnight. So yeah, there's that. So I missed September and I missed January. And I already know, so I don't have it official to share right now, but in March, I will do the 1-year anniversary of its creation, even if I've missed 2 volumes. That will be on March the 27th. I already have majority of the DJs. I think I just need 1 more DJ, and I'm pretty sure I already know of the 3 or 4 that I would like. I'm gonna have to flip a coin and figure out which one that I can fit in, and it will be back to monthly. So I took a couple of breaks along the way. I'm back with the new year, and I'm gonna keep it going. And I'm just hoping that you guys continue to just trust the process. And let me just say that while we're getting ready to raid out over to Sof the Stage soon. When I started this raid, it was always supposed to be an experience where it's not the same thing that you're getting from every other DJ in Twitch. Otherwise, there's more than enough raids that are happening in Twitch. Just go and support all of those raids. When I throw the cast of DJs together, and let me put this one back up on the screen, right? Majority of these DJs would not be on the same raid on any other raid in Twitch. Yes, I'm saying what I'm saying, right? I'm absolutely saying what I'm saying. Definitely will see you soon, Soph, right? So some of these DJs, like, we're all in the same community, but we don't end up all on the same raid together. There's always going to be some raid that's segregated based on genre or grouping or whatever type of dynamics of sorts, whatever special day it needs to be on, right? So when I throw this selection of DJs together and even get the support of knowing that Jinx, who doesn't normally start a raid, we did it in conversation and that came up, it's out there for the world to listen to, right? To know that I'm going to be doing this, and I reach out and he said, yeah, and I'll actually start the raid for you. It's convenient timing for him, right? But again, when these DJs turn on and play for the hour and a half that they're each slotted to play, they're an hour and a half for a reason. An hour raid to the DJs that do it, bless you. I think it's being cheated. And I know somebody right now is going to curse me. Curse me if you want to curse me. I think DJs getting to play for an hour and a half allows you to take care of all of the technical whatevers, say hi to all of the people and do what you need to do, and get into the vibe of just playing the music and enjoying your stream. So an hour and a half for each DJ, and having this collection of DJs together, and it's open format. I don't know what they're going to play. They could play whatever they want to play it well and have fun. That's it. Don't care about bits, don't care about hype trains, don't care about none of that. All of the Twitch stuff that limit DJs from really playing to their full potential because they're worried that people are going to leave their stream and whatever else. This is the raid where you come and you have fun. If it's 10 people that are there to enjoy the raid, 10 people are going to show up and have a good time because they're open-minded to the music and they appreciate the DJ doing what they do. If you're looking for the regular stuff that you get in every single stream on every other day of the week, do not bother to show up. If you want to learn, experience, grow, expand, seriously, check out the Born from Music raid page. And I'm not just bigging it up to big it up, but if you check out the page, you'll see some of the stuff I post there, and check out the raid once a month and really just take in the journey of the DJs. Open format. There's no planning on who's going to play what. Someone could play country, the next person could play reggae, somebody could play rock and roll. Teddy's stream has done classical. Like I've gotten a cappella from Doc C. Like there's so many different varieties. I've gotten 80s jams from Smiles. Like, you get almost any type of genre in the same stream or in the same raid. So just come with the mindset. Can someone play opera? It's interesting because I know some of the DJs don't like opera. I think there's a way to do it, right? I think there's a way to do it where people can enjoy it. Maybe not an hour and a half of it, just saying. But again, if somebody was to do it, I would sit down. When Teddy Stream did the classical set that he did and he intertwined reggae amongst it, you don't get that in a regular stream on a regular day. Like, so when you show up to support this one, you're just getting a variety of stuff. It can expand your horizon and appreciation of music. And then you go back to all of the regular streams that you listen to for the other days of the week or the other days of the month or whatever it is. So if Apple, if you can let me know if Soph is live. The 70s oh wow, Johnny boy, I don't know about you right about now. So let me wrap this up. I'm going to look down at my list and see if there's anything else that I wanted to say that I didn't get to say, and there's probably more, and that will probably be in a more refined approach on Sunday. I definitely want to say, for all of those who have stuck it out for the 2 hours that we've been here, I really do appreciate you. January is, once I turn this off, for me, January is over. I will be back on Sunday at 8 p.m., preferably not late. We'll be reading The Alchemist, right? For the month of February. Read it at your own pace, your own speed. Do not feel like you have to rush and get it done. I'm going to put this back on the screen while I hydrate before somebody tells me to hydrate. Italian gal sending it. Did you just ask me how many pages it is, DH lady? Like, you know, you always have to get a little one to that I try and make you just, I'll pray for you later. I think reading is, yeah, you guys saw what used to be behind me, the bookshelf that's now in a different spot of the place. Like, I have tons of books on the bookshelf that I have not read yet. And they probably all won't make it here. But at the end of the day, as we get ready to wind down, January is almost behind us. That's where I was going, right? So January is behind us. February is around the corner. Every day is a new opportunity to do something, stop doing something, whatever you want to call it. Every day starts a new year. Every day starts a new year. If you started January and January was a bomb in terms of not getting anything that was on your to-do list done, your intentions, your resolutions, your goals, whatever it is, then just don't worry about it. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow starts a new year. Try again tomorrow. Again, the point is that you try. So as I say in my podcast, as I tap out here, Apple, if you can please drop the raid message for the folks. Folks, I'm really asking you to continue to support the community. If you can copy the raid message as we get ready to raid over to Soph the Sage and give her some love and support as she makes a return to streaming and doing a talk show, I would greatly appreciate it. I am back here on Sunday at 8. Please follow me on Instagram. And T.E. Dennis, you didn't say it, but if you can please let us know, turn on your notifications for T.E. Dennis. I know that she's going to be working to get to affiliate status, and she's going to need all of us to be there and support her. So please do support her. To all of the DJs here, I'm going to miss somebody, and you're all going to come for me, so I'm not even going to try right about now. Every DJ and streamer that showed up, I appreciate you for showing up for me, and I will continue to show up for you. And the forum, I'm going to take down that command for the Facebook group. hopefully Sunday I will drop the forum officially on where you guys can congregate when we're not here. You can start the bus, the train, whatever you want to call it, the plane. No dinghies here because that dinghies does sound a little too dingy for me. But if you can start the raid, thank you very, very much. I want to wish all of you a fantastic rest of week. Please love yourself, take care of yourself, check out all of the different things I've been talking about. And tomorrow, start reading the book. That's it. I'm going to put that on the screen as we raid over, and I will see you over in Soph the Sage channel. And anything else I missed, follow my socials. That's all I got. See you in these Twitch streets and see you on Sunday. Happy reading.